Hey, hey, everybody. I miss y'all. Belated Happy New Year. I wanted to pop in today. I've had some things on my brain that I wanted to share. So I wanted to pop in really quick and just share a couple of things. I hope everybody's doing well. I'm Deborah Porter. I am your mom coach, and I'm here to support you with not losing yourself in motherhood, remembering that the girl you were before kids still matters, and really crafting the life and the home systems that you need to still let that girl be free and do what she does. So I'm so happy to be here. I miss you guys. So I wanted to share a couple of things here at the top of the year. It's still January. So it's still the top of the year, but I want us to be thinking about how to start the year strong. How to start the year strong. I'm using strong as my acronym. So I'm only going to be on here for a couple minutes, like maybe 10 or 15, maybe 15. But I want us to be able to start the year strong. I know everybody's having or has already had vision board parties and choosing your word for the year. Y'all know that my word for the year is believe more. In fact, I meant to bring it out here. I just bought this new devotional. It's called Believe Bigger by Marshawn Daniels, I think is her name. Someone mentioned it on Facebook and it looked really good. So I've got that I'm doing. But what's your word? You know, what are you doing? What's your focus? Don't let too many more days go by before you begin to focus in on what is in store for you for 2021. What do you want? What are you believing for? What are you working towards? What are you reading? How are you praying? What are you believing God for? How are you setting your intentions for the day? What are your affirmations? Like January is such a great time to do that. I'm also reading this book that I want y'all to know about. In fact, I think I should probably put it in here. It's called Win the Day. And it's by my pastor, Mark Batterson. He's a New York Times bestselling author, like over and over again. But it's an amazing book for your personal life, your spiritual life. If you're a business owner, if you exercise, like it's just a great day, a great book called Win the Day by Mark Batterson. And so our church is going through that right now, going through the book. And each day he sends out a short like devotional around it. Really great. If you're into apps, NCC, National Community Church, there's an app, and then there's an NCC Daily. He shares every day, like 5 minutes of principle in the book. There are 7 principles. It's so good. So I'm doing that, and I'm also doing the Believe Bigger. I can't really type and talk at the same time. I think it's Marshawn Daniels, I want to say. It's a devotional. It's really good. But I wanted to share both of those because I think they would be a good resource if you're thinking about what do I want to do? What am I focusing on? How am I going to get this done? What am I even trying to do? So devotional Believe Bigger by Marshawn Daniels, I think. And then the book we're reading is Win the Day by Mark Batterson. But today, I really want to talk about starting the year strong. All right. And so it's still January. We're still starting the year. I'm going to go through a few points. I actually have them on my phone. So I'm just going to read them from my phone because it was kind of like coming and I didn't really have anything to write with. So I just kind of put it in my phone. But we're using the acronym STRONG. The S is for simplify. January is a great time. Beginning top of the year is a great time to think about simplifying your life. Identify 3 areas, just 3 areas that you can, I got to take this off. 3 areas where you can begin to simplify. 2020 taught me I have too much stuff. I have way too much stuff. And it was a great time to start kind of just going through giving stuff away. As you're joining, say, hey, let me know who you are. Either give StreamYard permission to use your name or leave your name in the comments, but say, hey. We're talking about starting the year strong. We're starting with S, which is simplify. Find 3 areas in your life that you can simplify. So I'm looking at my phone because I have my notes on my phone. So a couple of areas that you can think about simplifying. What's something you can give away? We have so much stuff. We have too much stuff. Think about giving some things away. Clothes, shoes, coats. I gave away a bunch of dishes. Like I just had too many. How many mugs do 2 people need? It's only me and Cliff now. I don't need 24 mugs. Don't need them. So find someone that's getting their first apartment or moving into a bigger place and that they could really use some stuff, give some stuff away. Delete 3 apps from your phone, right? We have so many apps. We've got so much stuff on our phone. Just delete 3 apps. Here's a big one. And this one I swear by. Turn off your notifications on your phone. My notifications are off. My friends will tell you, they'll send me a Marco Polo and they're like, okay, I sent a Marco Polo like a week ago and you haven't responded. That stuff doesn't bing. My texts, those are the only things that bing. Nothing else bings on my phone. Not a Facebook post. I'm not even on Twitter, but not an Instagram post, not mail, not email, none of that. So think about turning off your notifications, deleting some apps. Just find 3 areas that you can kind of simplify. Okay, that's the S. I'm not going to be here long. I'll tell you like 10, 15 minutes. T is for time tracking. Think about, and whether you want to use an app to do that or not, or just, your calendar, or even your phone itself. I have an iPhone and the iPhone will track my social media usage. Time track. Just for a week, time track your social media usage. And then after that week, evaluate. Just evaluate. Was that the best use of my time? Could I be doing something different? Could I be reading Mark Batterson's book, Win the Day? Could I be putting some things in my journal, my new gratitude journal for the year, my new devotional? Mine is Believe Bigger by Marshawn Daniels. What else could I be doing with that time? Okay, so we're talking about simplifying, time tracking. R is reducing stress. Right? I'm gonna just put them all up so you can see them. Okay. R is reducing stress. And so here's the thing about it. Let some stuff go. Listen, lean in, because this is really important. You do not have to be the person correcting everybody that makes a comment on Facebook. You can keep scrolling. Why let that stress in? You do not have to set everybody straight. You do not have to let everybody know how they were wrong. And I'm going to go there, especially as it pertains to the election. You do not know it all. None of us do. We don't know it all. So reduce your stress by just scrolling past stuff, just letting stuff go. People say stuff, just let it go. It's not worth inviting the stress in by engaging and getting in these back and forths with people about stuff that really, at the end of the day, I'm not saying that elections don't matter. What I am saying is choosing to get into these debates with people on social media about who they voted for, what they believe, I've told people all the time, if you're really my friend and you're really concerned about me, you're going to call me or come see me. You're not going to blast me on Facebook. You're not just going to say crazy stuff to me on Facebook. Not if you're my friend, not if you love me, not if you're really concerned about me. So we're talking today about starting the year strong, and we're using STRONG as our acronym. Say hey if you pop in, let me know who you are. We're talking about starting the year strong. STRONG is our acronym. We've already talked about simplifying our lives, getting rid of some things, getting off some committees. Some projects, even at work, will be just fine if you're not on that committee or if you're not on that team. It'll be just fine. Just find 2 or 3 areas in your life that you can just kind of, you know what? I'm going to bow out of that right there. I'm not doing that. Hey, somebody said hi, Facebook user. Who is it? Give me your name, because I'm on StreamYard. So you either have to give them permission or tell me who you are. So simplify. Okay. The next one is time tracking. I have an iPhone. So for iPhones, it will do it for me. But think about tracking your social media usage just for a week. And then at the end of the week, evaluate if that's appropriate, if that amount of time daily was appropriate there, or if that time could be better used somewhere else. Okay, so that's the S, that's the T. R is reduce stress. Stop getting into these back and forth arguments on social media with people about stuff. That's just not the way to do it, right? If I have a friend and I'm really concerned with a position they've taken or something they've said or something doesn't sound right, I'm not doing that on Facebook. I'm calling you or I'm showing up at your door and being like, what is going on right now? What's going on? Okay, so reduce stress. O is for organize your space. Let me tell you what clutter does. Don't ask me how I know. But the problem with clutter, and I'm reading my notes here, is that it's an assault on our senses, right? It's an assault on our senses. So we see clutter and we're all already like, oh my God, all this stuff, right? It cuts down our productivity because we spend more time looking for the thing we need to get the project or the thing done that we have to work on, and then we're all frustrated. So think about, what are a couple of areas, or even one? Let's start with one. What is one area that I can organize? And I know what happens sometimes is, right? So sometimes we have a few areas that are kind of a little bit out of control. So we'll start cleaning up one area, and then there's something that belongs in another room. And then we get to that other room and we're like, oh, but I need to clean up this. Don't do that, right? Pick one area, maybe like a desk or kitchen counter or something like that. Pick one area and then make piles. So you're not leaving every 5 minutes going to another room. Take, this one area, my desk, anything that doesn't belong on my desk will belong somewhere else. There's a pile for that. So there's a pile for the stuff that's on my desk that goes to the kitchen. There's a pile near me on the floor for the stuff that goes to my room that's actually on my desk and shouldn't be. There's another pile for the books that really should actually be in the bookcase. And then once it's all organized, then take that pile of stuff to the appropriate places instead of running back and forth, because that doesn't work for me. Hi, Sarah Woods. How are you? Hi, Cassie. How are you? I'm so glad y'all are here. So I'm talking about starting the year strong, right? Some of us still have kids that are learning from home, doing virtual school. Some of us have jobs that still have us doing that from home. I'm not a real big vision board girl. They're fun. I think the parties are fun. I love the fellowship. I love being able to spend time and cut out pictures and all that. It's all fun. But for me, that's not where I have been most productive. Someone told me, well, you haven't been at the right vision party then. That could be true. But for me, I need steps. I need to do this, and this. Right. So that's how I'm a systems girl. Y'all know that. I'm a systems girl. So I need a way to get it done, not just the picture of the pretty car or the new job or the new house, whatever it is. I need, how am I getting there? What are my steps? And so today, that's what I'm giving you. I'm talking to you about how to start the year strong. Simplify, get rid of some stuff, time track so you can see where your time is going. The most valuable resource we have is time. Reduce your stress by choosing to just get over stuff and overlook stuff, especially on social media, especially right now with the election. It's not your job to correct everybody's opinion. It's not your job to tell them how wrong they are. It's not your job to give them the link to listen to your particular journalist that's going to set them straight. Just don't. Organize your space. Take one area at a time. Make piles of all the stuff that's in that one area for the different rooms and places it goes, and then do that in one swoop. Y'all already know, for me, no is a complete sentence. What can you say no to that maybe you should have already said no to, that you said yes to, and now you regret having said yes? Listen, the Bible says, let your no be no and let your yes be yes. It's in Matthew. I think it's Matthew 6. I don't know. I'll come back and put it in here. But listen, there are certain things, again, that you don't have to do that will still get done by somebody, and it will be done fine. So what are those places and spaces and areas in your life where you've said yes, you should have said no, or you're now being presented with things and you know that this thing will go forward and be just fine, even if you're not attached to it? It's about simplifying. I think the one thing 2020 taught me is that I've just got too much stuff. I've got too much stuff going on. I got too many apps on my phone. I got too much junk email coming in. I've unsubscribed to like 200 mailing lists since the beginning of the year. Like, I'm actually cleaning out my email list. I'm tired of opening up my emails and having 100. Who has 100 emails in the morning? I don't need 100. I don't need 100 people trying to tell me what they want me to buy. Not doing it. So we're talking about simplifying, time tracking, reducing stress, organizing our space, remembering that no is a complete sentence. And what I mean by that is no is no. Let your no be no and your yes be yes. You don't have to explain to people why you're saying no. No, I'm unable to help with that this time. I hope it's amazing. I know it's going to be fantastic. Stop feeling like you have to explain to everybody your whole life story as to why you can't help them with what they're asking you. You just can't. You're not available. You know what? I'm so sorry, but I'm not available to help with that this year. Moving on. Okay. You don't have to give it all. You don't have to give them everything. They don't need to know everything. They really want to know yes or no. And it would be a no. Okay. And then the last one is G, right? We're using strong, start the year strong as our acronym. G is for guarding your me time. Here's what I want to say about that. This is really serious. This is really serious because we're at a point now where moms, especially, are ready to tap out. We're ready to tap out. We're mad at our kids. We're mad at our husbands. We're mad at the dog. We're mad at the mailman for bringing junk mail. Like we're mad because we're tapped out. And this is what I want you to understand is me time is not necessarily about sitting around eating bonbons and watching soap operas. Although I ain't mad at you if that's your way of getting me time. I'm mad at you if that's your thing. But what I want you to get is that guarding your me time are the moments where you are replenished, where you are nourished, where you allow, for me, it's the word of God, where I allow God and the word to replenish me, to, give me so that I can then give. Right. So whatever that looks like for you, for me, it's about having time by myself. For me, it's about having time in quiet. For me, it's about, especially when I was a stay-at-home mom, I had to get out of the house. Right. I would explain it to my husband like this. I live and work in the same place. I'm going crazy up in here. Right. So for 2 days, I'm going to do a staycation. I'm going to, nearby hotel, get some food, watch some old movies. I'm a big Betty Davis fan. So for me, Joan Crawford, y'all who know me really well know I love Lucy. So for me, it's about that, having those moments. And so if you still have little ones at home, and if you are a stay-at-home mom, and I feel like right now, most of us are stay-at-home, right? Because of what's happening with the pandemic. So there's a lot of us that are at home, whether that's been our choice or because of what, the country and the world is dealing with right now. You've got to figure out, and this is for you to do. This is for nobody can do this for you. You got to figure out, how am I nourished? How am I replenished? And where am I putting that on my calendar? Not in pencil. Where am I putting that block of time and letting everybody else know? Y'all know that I love Cozy, the Cozy Family app. It's a great way for everybody to be on the same calendar. So people already know, okay, Saturday, mom is unreachable, not available. Unless somebody is like really sick, unless there's really a real thing happening, obviously, right? Hey, Tamika. Tamika says, hello there. I totally need this. I'm so glad. Tamika, steps. Yes, for me, it's about the steps. I love the whole vision party thing, but you know what? Then I get home and I'm still irritated with people. So I want to be able to give you how does this look? It's a new year. Everybody's telling me I should have these new visions and new dreams and new desires. What does that look like? Well, first, it looks like simplifying your life. First, it looks like, what are the things that I have going on that I really can let go? What project am I on at work that really is going to be fine without me? What committee am I on for school or for church that really I could step back and they would still fly? It'd be great. Pull back. How many mugs do you need? I had 24 mugs. It's me and my husband, and I don't even drink coffee. Okay. So I gave away like, I don't know, 18 mugs or something to a couple of kids that were, moving out for the first time. Time track your social media usage. iPhone does it for me. It's a great thing to do. Just to get an idea. I'm not saying how much you should or shouldn't be on social media. For me, part of it is work. It's part of my business. I'm on social media, but I'm just saying, just so you know where that time's going. Reduce your stress. Stop engaging into senseless disagreements, especially on social media, especially around elections. Just stop it. It's not the place for it. And if this is somebody you really love and really care about, you shouldn't be having that conversation on social media anyway. Okay, organize your space. Start with one area, not even one room. Start with one area, your dresser, your closet, your dresser drawers, your desk. Just start with one area, because clutter lessens and lowers productivity, because we spend a lot of time spinning our wheels trying to find the things we need. No is a complete sentence. You don't have to explain everything to everybody. The Bible says, don't let your no be no, let your yes be yes. Just leave it at that. You don't have to explain why. You can't. I'm not available. Can't help you right now. It'll be great. Whatever the committee, whatever the concert, whatever, the virtual, whatever it is. It's going to be amazing. I'm just not able to assist this time. Okay. And guard your me time. This is what I really want to give you. If I have to give you just one thing to do as I get ready to pop off of here in like 2 minutes, sit down, get your calendar, and start blocking off time for you. Just start blocking it off and just share it with the people in your house or whoever you need to share it with. Start with this weekend, right? Start with this weekend. Where can I take however much time you can give to yourself? I say no less than 2 or 3 hours. The sky's the limit. If you can go away for the whole weekend, I say go, girl, go if you can. If it works out like that for you, do it. But at least 3 hours, block it off. Everybody else will figure it out. This is what I used to do, right? I would go away. I would cook all these meals and make sure everybody had everything. And, so that when I was gone, they were fine. I'd come back from my me time away, which was usually 2 days for me. All the food was still there. Nobody cooked. They ordered pizza. I don't even know if they bathed. I'm going to be really honest. I don't think the kids even saw water. I don't even know if they brushed their teeth those few days. But you know what? It's okay. It's okay. So that is my message for you today. That's where I want us to be able to focus. It's January. Let's just do this at the top of the year. Here's the thing. I'm going to be checking in with y'all. See, those that commented, I got y'all. So I can just kind of message you and be like, how you doing with it? So leave me your name. Let me know who's here. I think some accountability sometimes helps to keep us straight. So I want this to serve as accountability, but I really don't want you to then fall off as we get the year gets going. So I'm going to put this up again. If you want to take a screenshot of it so that you know exactly the points that we talked about today, I'll leave it up for just a couple of minutes. The title was Start the Year Strong, using ST.R.O.N.G as our acronym. And these were the 6 points. They make a difference. Don't despise small beginnings. That's something else that the Bible teaches us. Don't think this really ain't gonna make a difference. Yes, it is. It begins a different shift. It gets you on a different track. It gets you on a different trajectory when you start being able to develop the systems that go in place. Because here's the thing, as your family gets used to knowing that they can't call you every 5 minutes for everything, that they just can't come busting in your room, the door's closed. Okay, there needs to be a system in place in your home that if you see a closed door, you knock. You don't just barge in. I had one of my, well, I'm not even gonna tell that story. I'll save that for another day. But there are certain systems that as you put in place, you're not the go-to for everything all the time because the system's in place. They know the system. They know where the stuff is. Things are organized. They're not having to ask you where are the scissors for the 15th time because the scissors are no longer in the junk drawer. They're in the scissor and marker drawer, right? So systems are important. And for me, it's allowed me to be able to, even when my kids were younger, to still kind of have the moments that I needed for myself. And it wasn't really that crazy because everybody kind of knew how stuff functioned in our house. So, okay, I think you probably got that screenshot. If you want it, Start the Year Strong. I'm Deborah Porter, your mom coach. You guys know I'm always here to support you. I'm going to be checking in on you as the weeks go by to see how you're doing with that acronym. All right. I hope you guys have a great evening. I wanted to pop in real quick and I'll be back and I'll talk with you sometime soon. This is going to be my new day and time. I'm moving from Wednesdays to Thursdays at 4 or 4:30, generally on Thursdays. Okay. All right, guys, have a good evening.